So, I think I'm a weirdo, and that's okay. I think the first step is self-acceptance. Many times in the past, I try to share my most eclectic and out there types of music that I listen to with the people in my life and felt like they didn't understand it, or even worse, judge me for just sharing it, like I was being a weirdo for liking that type of stuff. Thankfully, there are a lot of people in the world, and the internet is a vast place where you are likely to find people who enjoy what you enjoy. And because of that, music that is quite literally the antithesis of mainstream music can still find success and a loyal audience. So here are 4 tracks that I've been listening to from artists that make some weird ass music. I don't want to single out any specific track from Pogo because you can pick any one of his videos and he will show you right away why his style is so special. A master at sampling. It all started 16 years ago with Alice. A masterpiece, by the way. I was really surprised when I saw that TrackLib had done the sample breakdown because I wanted to do it, and I should have done it. I had done the template for the track, so much so that whenever the sample breakdown dropped, I left a comment talking about the track not having a snare because I had already done the analysis. But I never thought about turning the template into a sample breakdown because Pogo stuff feels like it's also a visual experience, so I didn't think of a way to do it. But shout out to TrackLib, they did an amazing job. They were very creative with the way they incorporated the video into the sample breakdown. After Alice, Pogo was invited by Disney Pokemon and was able to travel the world to make these tracks and the video edits that accompanied them. I'm just glad that companies were able to see that he was doing something quite special. But the feeling most of his tracks, if not all of his tracks, evoke is something that you just inherently get or you don't. When I first discovered him, I thought it was an undeniable feeling, so I tried sharing it with a bunch of people in my life. But sadly, I don't remember ever meeting someone in person who actually seemed to get it. And this would be a common theme with everything in this video. But I'm glad there are people online who do get it. The comment section of his videos are filled with people expressing how much they do understand it and do appreciate the feeling of the music. If I am talking about weirdo music, I have to spend some time talking about Vaporwave. Most of it is just the dumbest thing. There are a few tracks that go crazy with the sample chops and the arrangement, but the vast majority, especially early on, were extremely simple. Just a few loops heavily slowed and pitched down. Put the sample in resample mode, turn the pitch knob down, and ta-da, you've made Vaporwave. So why is it so special? Why does it get millions of views if most consider it basically just a music meme? I really don't know. I can't really explain a feeling. Maybe you had to have been born all mellow and to be able to connect with that moody Vaporwave feeling. All I can say is that those who get it, get it. I don't know, something magical happens when you slow down and pitch down an 80s track. What I do want to highlight here though is this track from Late Night Delight, the collab album between Luxurious Elite and Saint Pepsi, an album that I think can be considered the most impactful, if not the greatest Vaporwave album ever. In there is a small track called Yeah on the Luxurious Elite side of the album. The track is just a bit over 1 minute, using just 3 chops from one section of the song. So overall, pretty simple. Just slow it down, chop it, then arrange it. Regardless of that, I still think this track is incredible. Music is not about being complicated. The combination of the vocal, the horns, and the funky guitar melody in the background is amazing. So much so that I will be breaking down this melody and this arrangement so I can use this combination in the future. Check out the Patreon for free and you will be notified whenever I post that. Let's go a bit more obscure into Vaporwave and talk about 18 Karat Affair and why he is my actual inspiration for wanting to make some Vaporwave. This artist stuff focuses more on instrumentals, so you won't find a lot of those slowed down deep vocals. And at first I thought that he was just using very obscure samples, but now after some analysis I think a good chunk of his music is being made from scratch, so no samples. And there is where I think it lies the potential and value of Vaporwave. If a producer can create that Vaporwave vibe from scratch, it becomes a bit more authentic. There is a reason why producers like WondaGurl were talking about being inspired by Vaporwave back on 2016.
And not only just club music, but where do you get your inspiration?
I don't know. I don't really go to the clubs much at all, so it's not from the club. I mean, I guess just from traveling and listening to other genres really kind of inspires me a bit.
What type of other genre?
I mean, I've been listening to this new stuff called Vaporwave a lot.
Okay.
Vaporwave? It's just like old music, but like just like worked.
There's just something about this genre, and I think those who are able to extract something from it will find a little gold mine. To illustrate this, here's a snippet of a track that I was trying to make inspired by Vaporwave, trying to use the mixing and stuff like that to sound Vaporwave-ish. Okay, so now, mandatory Dilla mention. I don't consider most of Dilla stuff weirdo music, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is experimental and can be considered weirdo music. I even mentioned that in the documentary. Dilla is a great example of a producer who was able to reach mainstream status while still pushing it, you know, trying new things, or trying to evolve and not sticking to one sound, being experimental. I do believe that we need to focus on one style at a time and really hone in and develop that skill. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be always dabbling into your curiosities.